Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and all the core gamers out there. CAJman777 here, welcoming you to episode 13 of Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. In the last episode, we actually ended up defeating the defense drone and got ourselves back, well, technically gained ourselves the boost ball. But then, as we restored the Aurora unit in Elysia, I almost said the ship's Aurora unit, we were attacked by Ghor himself, who destroyed the network array for the Aurora unit. So this time, we're actually going to go out, hunt down Ghor, and actually, hopefully, you know, defeat Ghor, because it's kind of important that we actually, you know, defeat Ghor so we can get the plasma beam back. Before we get into that, though, I want to take this opportunity to thank our donators over there on Patreon: Valentine Blaze, MickeyPhorGens, MaddiLeigh, Thomas, Liotos, and Color Craze for their continued support to the channel. So, I know where Ghor is. I don't know if you guys know where Ghor is, but where Ghor is actually back at your ship. Which is crazy to think about, so we're actually gonna start heading back that way right now. Ghor is actually back at your ship. He's not happy that you shot him, so he is, uh-oh. Alright, hold on, hang on, I need to focus, hang on. Alright, we're good. Ghor, like I said, Ghor's actually back at your ship, and he is not happy that you shot him a couple times. No, it was the last one! So that's where we're gonna find Ghor, and that's actually where we're gonna fight him and get our plasma beam back. So that's very important that we actually end up doing that. I need to get rid of these guys like as fast as humanly possible. I'm so bad at aiming on these things. They're so quick. Like, these things are so quick, and it's the last set that always gets me. It's always the last set. Okay, we made it. We're good. We're good. So now we need to head back. Like I said, we need to head back to our ship as fast as possible. We should be getting a message. Yep, there it is.
Ship status alert. Unknown entity approaching. Commencing hull lockdown.
That is Ghor at our ship. This also right here gives us a chance to use the kinetic orb thing once again. And we're going to bring back our old Metroid Prime favorite half-pipes. So we get to use some half-pipes coming up here. This does take a while to spin up, though. And it's very annoying, especially if you know, lose the rhythm on the boost ball charge. Luckily, I will say it's relatively fast. I do like the way this half-pipe is created, too. Like, look at that. It's awesome. So we're going to jump back onto here really quickly and just quickly half-pipe up. If we don't get up here fast enough, I believe this ship status alert is actually on a timer, and if you don't do it fast enough, you will lose. So I've never had it happen to me where I've failed, so we're going to try not letting that happen here. There we go. I don't know why that was so difficult, but that's okay, because now we can just go back up the elevator and we chase down Ghor. And then we can go repair the Aurora unit, and we can hear, you know, the Aurora unit's master plan for how we're going to get, you know, destroy the Leviathan seed on this planet, because it's like under an electric cloud sea. I'm gonna jump really quick before I get hit. Yep. It's like under some form of electric cloud sea, and we gotta, you know, destroy it, and it's weird. The load triggers possibly help me right now. Let's do this. Gonna use the kinetic orb spinner. This is a lot easier than taking the rail system, because you can see how fast this spinner gets ready. And the moment the spinner gets ready, I can pop out and hop into the kinetic orb cannon just like this. Believe it or not, I believe that shoots me all the way to the spot I need to be at. Yes, it does. So that beats that. And then inside this area, you guys knew there's an item that we can get coming up here, and we're actually gonna go grab that really quick. We're gonna try and, you know what? These guys are just gonna get in my way. See, they're getting in my way. They're being obnoxious. We need to kill them. They're not allowed to live. Not anymore. Not anymore. We're gonna have some steam bots here, or tin bots. One. Goodbye. Super easy to kill. Alright, we gotta get up here. Gonna use the kinetic orb cannon really quick. We're gonna pick up an energy tank before the fight. Also, I won't have to come back here and grab this later, so I always grab it now. So we should be good. We'll get back there in time for Ghor as well. Hopefully, I don't actually know if it's on a timer or not. I was never sure, but you know what? If I get a message coming up very soon, I'll know it's scripted. We'll see. All right, we're gonna grab this E-tank. That's gonna give us, I believe, 7 E-tanks. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, so we got 7 E-tanks for the fight with Ghor, so that's really nice. Now we can just fire ourselves back really quick and make our lives super simple as we go to the end here. If I get a message the moment I enter this door, it might actually be scripted.
Ship priority status alert. Hull armor taking damage.
You can hear Ghor actually shooting at it, which is kind of funny. All right, we need to make sure we don't take. We need to make sure we pass this. If we pass this, then you know we're all right. But if we don't pass this, then you know we're not all right, and we're gonna fail. And you know he dropped one right here. Okay, that's good. All right, we made it. Pretty easy, pretty smooth, pretty smooth. There are some shriek bats up here. I'm just gonna shoot these guys really quick. No, goodbye. Yeah, it's scripted.
Priority status alert. Hull armor taking damage.
There is a critical alert. This door needs to load.
Ship priority status alert.
There it is.
Hull
It is it is scripted.
Armor damage is critical.
All right, here we go. Ghor. He's on top of my ship punching it.
Just in time.
Look at this man. This man just chucked my ship. This man is so rude. So you may notice my ship dropped some fuel gel on the ground.
Don't you feel the power? Soon everything will be corrupted, including you.
And here we go. Ghor. Shield repels all weapon fire powered by a unit on his back. Ghor's energy shield is capable of repelling all weapon fire, but the back-mounted generator is exposed to attack. Overloading the generator could expose the well-protected critical systems behind his battle armor. Ghor's arsenal is considerable. Plasma beam-based weapons, attack claws, and a multi-missile system are at the cyborg's disposal in battle. These battle systems can be combined and fired at once as a devastating alpha strike. The target is also capable of a high-speed ramming attack, although this is potentially dangerous if performed over a quote-unquote slippery surface, ladies and gentlemen. Ghor always starts with this ramming attack, and the trick for this fight is you want to ice up this area with the missiles. Now, he does have a heat shockwave when he jumps, and it does restore. But the trick is, you get him to spin out. And you shoot the unit on his back just repeatedly. You can fire missiles at it, and then, obviously, Ghor is weakened to attack. I usually don't use Hypermode on this fight for a few reasons. I don't think there actually is need for Hypermode on this fight, just because of how Ghor's arsenal and weapons are considered during this fight. He just has a multi-missile launcher and a bunch of other stuff. He's pretty easy to kill, but he can still also charge you in this phase. So my goal is to just ice over 2 sets of fuel gel and push forward. Now, this is also Ghor's theme. I'm sure you can hear it's boring. Kinda. It's not great. Come on. Oh, he's gonna jump. Alright, that's fine. I'll just ice this one. He's gonna jump again. Ghor, you've never done that before to me, man. You gonna jump again? Oh my god, look at this man. This man does not want to be slipping and sliding. There he goes. He's get slip and slid. Goodbye, my son. He's not actually my son, but you know. I'm gonna fire 1 missile at him, and I'm just gonna start shooting at him regularly. Fire another missile at him. I'm just gonna keep hitting him here. He does have those are his plasma cannons that he shoots on his bot. Super easy. Now, the reason I'm not going into hyper mode here, you may wonder, is because I don't actually need to go into hyper mode here. Ghor has a hyper mode state in his battle he can use as well, but I do not choose to actually use it until Ghor enters his hyper mode state. Got him again. Perfect. 1 charge shot, 2 missiles. Excellent. We're going to missile. We're going to charge shot missile him before he gets up. Missile him again. Missed his head. That's fine. I can hit him right now. Of course, he's going to go for his missile launcher, which is probably his most annoying attack, because his weak point is completely open during that. And now got the plasma cannon. The alpha, he combined all three for that alpha attack that we were talking about as we see some more plasma cannon shots coming out of Ghor here. Like I said, pretty easy boss. He doesn't do a lot of damage, and his theme is kind of, well, all right, his theme is all right. I'll give him some credit. His theme is all right. It's not great, but, you know, it kind of just loops on repeat for like 20 minutes. So I don't think there's really any need to highlight it because you guys can hear it. Now, once we get Ghor to about a half health state, he will start using his Hypermode attacks here. So now he's actually going to remove the fuel gel from the arena. There is an ultra energy unit there. And of course, now we have to hit his weak point, which just happens to be under his leg. You know what? Never mind. So, easy thing for this, just you can run into it with the boost ball. Drops him down, you can just end him very quickly after this. So, I'm actually going to hyper mode here, and bang, 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 bang. And now, he has the Ring of Rosie, the Spinner of Death, as he runs into you. It doesn't do a lot of damage, you can just kind of end him very quickly that way. His weak point's down again, he's going to go for his Alpha Spin, probably. Yep. And let's activate hyper mode again, and just end Ghor here. I do as much damage as I can in the hyper mode. I might actually stay in hyper mode for a decent portion here. If he's still got his weak point up, I will actually end up shooting him. And that is going to activate phase 3, where now Ghor is fully in hyper mode. So now with Ghor in hyper mode, his weak point's going to consistently be exposed now, but now Ghor will be constantly shooting Phazon. The reason this is so dangerous is because Phazon in this game, obviously, as you guys know, does a heck of a lot of damage. Unfortunately, Ghor is also super susceptible to the Phazon in itself, and you can just kind of end him very quickly in this last phase. Now, the shots do push you back, and I'm just going to activate hyper mode here because he's got a Phazon beam, and that should be Ghor. I also like that I get the Phazon beam in the cutscene, which is really cool. And of course, Dark Samus. Once again, the spirit of Dark Samus taking away Ghor. His corrupted state because he fell completely to the corruption. Which means now we get Ghor's key attack, which is going to be the Plasma Beam. Nice and hot. Now we can melt anything we want. Including my ship coming back, which it should. Yes, we're calling it back right now. That's if you wanted to save here. I'm not gonna. Nor am I gonna restock on ammo. Because what we can do now that we have Ghor's Plasma Beam is actually quite a lot. Unfortunately, my ship is currently under repair. You will notice my ship is gonna auto repair. Gunship has been damaged, unable to fly, auto repair function. So that means we're stuck on Elysia for a little bit. But that's fine, because as long as we activate the Plasma Beam here, you can see that we can melt anything that anything that's high metal. And seeing that a lot of enemies in this area are metal, we can melt them instantaneously with the Plasma Beam. It's also got a really, really cool charge look. Like, look at that. I really like that. Now, right over here, there is an item that we will be getting. This is a missile expansion, because we will not actually be coming back to this main entrance for a while in this game. So, we're going to pick up the missile expansion while we can, and that should put us at 90 missiles? 90, yes. Indeed. So now you can see these Shriek Bats up here, and I'm just going to annihilate these things very quickly. Can fly across. And we got to get back to the AU unit and actually repair the AU. So, Ghor's fight, like I said, pretty simple, nothing too hard. But now that we have Plasma Beam, we can also actually shoot quite a bit faster than normal. Now, Plasma Beam shots do kind of trail off. The good news is, though, because we have Plasma Beam now, rather than having to hit these things twice, we can hit them once. And they will die. Because Plasma Beam does a lot of damage. I like high damaging beams, and the Plasma Beam is a pretty good middle beam for Metroid Prime 3. I kind of like that it is the Plasma Beam, too. Like, it's usually a beam you would get normally. So, if we shoot these bots a couple times, you may notice if I just fire a charge beam at them, they literally just melt. Like, look at them. They literally melt into nothing. Excuse me? He threw steam at me. Melt, please. Thank you. Boop. Melted. Melted. And melted. And... Wait, you know, not quite melted. There we go. No, not quite. You need a bit more of a charge on the plasma beam to get the heat effect on the plasma beam. It does do additional damage, though, the heat effect, which is very cool. I really like the heat effect. You can actually heat effect these things, too. You can see that they burn. And they eventually will melt. 2 charge shots, and they melt. So, pretty easy. I do like the plasma beam. There's a lot of really good things we can do with the plasma beam later in the game that you'll see. Actually, coming up relatively soon, you'll actually get a really good chance to see what the plasma beam can do. So, I'm hoping you guys are looking forward to that, because we're going to get an upgrade that's a bit unconventional next, but we gotta go actually further the story before we can do that. But instead of taking all these rail systems now, because we have Ghor's plasma beam, we can kind of just melt this away. You can shoot it a couple times if you want as well. The cannon doesn't fully activate, so you get rid of all of these. But you can hop in the cannon while waiting here. And there we go. It's going to charge up a nice powerful cannon, and we're going to get blasted all the way to the AU chamber. Just like that. Well, kind of to the AU chamber. It's not necessarily fully at the AU chamber yet. Actually, yes, it is. That's convenient. So now you can see that we have some plasma walls here that weren't here before. We can melt these pretty quickly. And behind these usually have some really high level energy units or missile units in them. So yeah, there's an ultra energy unit, there's another ultra energy unit, and there's another one, and there's some missiles. So you get some really good upgrades for that. You don't really need to do anything though, unfortunately. These little roller drones are repair drones, as I stated. They're little. There's aerial repair drones, and then there's lower repair drones. You know, they both kind of do the same thing. But now that we have his plasma beam, we can now repair the mainframe, which is great. Use that boost ball to get down quick, and of course there's an elevator here that catches me. That's fine. But now we get to do some little plasma beam repairing, which, you know, motion controls, because why not? You can do this really quick. If you're quick about it, you can make it super accurately. There we go. I wondered why it wasn't working for a second there. You need to make sure you actually get that to that. Super hard to actually do this without the motion plus, but you know, it's possible to do if you slow down a little bit. This one's a little easier, I think. There we go. And that should be all of them. Good. AU back online. We are all set. Now we can go talk to the AU and further progress the story. Because we need to further progress the story, or else, you know, we're not going to know where to go next. I mean, I know where to go next, but you guys won't.
Thank you, Samus. We have restored our connection to Skytown's network. Now we can execute our plan to destroy the Leviathan. We must first disable the Leviathan's protective shield. Unfortunately, the generator for this shield is hidden beneath the dense clouds of Elysia, and so is impossible to reach directly.
So how did the space pirates build it? That's the question. How did the space pirates get there and build it?
As an alternative to destroying the generator, we have calculated that a massive thermonuclear explosion would likely destroy the shield itself. This facility possesses the components to create such a device. We would like you to build this device and drop it on the Leviathan shield. Unfortunately, the components are too large for you to lift unaided. You will need assistance to move and assemble them. There is a Federation landing site far to the east of Skytown. You will be able to find something to help you there.
I love how the voice just changed. Did anybody notice that? It changed.
Upload the current map data of this area to your suit. This should help you get started. Good luck, Samus.
That is actually a visual That's act pardon me. That's actually an audio glitch in the game where they forgot to essentially roboticize one of the guy's voices, which is really funny. So now you may notice that we have access to another full landing site alpha over here from the security station. This is actually where we're going to need to go, but then we're going to need to go even further past that. So we've pretty much done everything we can so far. Going back here, though, that's where we're going to go. We're actually going to end the episode right here once we get to landing site A. So, not too bad. Not too bad of a walk. But, obviously, that's not all we have to do when we just reach landing site A. There is a little bit. There are some space pirates, you know. You gotta deal with our good old friends, the space pirates. That shouldn't have hit me at all. That did a lot of damage. That's okay, though. Alright, so you may notice that obviously we just killed Ghor. Ghor's suit's not going to be there. And kind of just killed him in cold blood. And just murdered him straight up.
Ship status update. Auto repair functions complete. Ship is ready for use.
Excellent. So that's actually a good thing because we actually need to go this way first. But we're not done. Because as soon as we get into this door... Remember how in the last episode, hey, there's this plasma door here. We can't access this plasma door yet. I mean, yes, we can because we have the plasma beam. However, it's not actually what the game wants us to do. You may notice that there is a Skytram here. We can go up this Skytram. We can get the landing site A. But we need to actually get up here. These are the escape pod bays. This will take effect later. This security tube... It's super important that we actually go get another upgrade before we do anything else. So, what we're actually going to have to do is do this. Because if we actually go through that plasma beam door, while it does say the security tube, you may notice that we have to go up a wall. The thing is, inside that room, there are wall jump surfaces. Which means the next upgrade we actually have to go get is Screw Attack. But Screw Attack is not actually on Elysia. Screw Attack... I missed the tube. Screw Attack is actually on Brio. Now, it isn't an area of Brio we have been to before, oddly enough. But in order to get to it, we have to open a couple doors. We also need to upgrade our ship. So, without further ado, let's get this twisting thing. Oh, wow, that went really far. I'm not sure why. There we go. That's going to open that door for us, so we don't actually have to go back through there. However, if you want to go back through here, you can, because... Isn't there a missile expansion back here or something? Yeah, I'm pretty sure up here there's actually a missile expansion. I could be wrong. I might be wrong. Nope, I'm right. There's a ship missile expansion here. That's why I decided to take that. That way we get another item pickup, and we don't have to forget about that either. And it brings us back to the plasma beam door, but we're going to ignore that and just jump around. And notice how we open the gate over here. So we can just walk right on through this. Go through here. We're going to shoot this really quickly. We're actually going to take this elevator down. Not quite done yet, though.
The security locks have been engaged on this landing site. This was surely a result of Ghor's recent activities. I will unlock this area, allowing you to command your ship to land.
And there we go. He's going to unlock it for us. And, well, he says he will unlock this area, but we have to do it because it's a morph ball bomb slot. So he's not actually doing it. We're doing it. So now we can actually command our ship to land.
Data received.
And of course, with our ship now landing here, that is all the time we actually will have for this episode, because in the next episode, we're actually going to be going back to Brio to pick up an upgrade to further ourselves into the game. And that item is going to be the screw attack. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. And until then, this is CAJ Man 777 signing off. Stay safe, everybody.